I'm Grandmaster Dennis Bivens, bringing you our latest episode of Fight Back. In this episode, we'll be featuring a couple of new techniques, Uchimata and a modified wrist lock throw. Hopefully it will be enjoyable and will be a learning experience for our viewing public. Thank you. Hi, here we have Troy and James, and they're going to be doing our famous gooseneck head throw. And toward the end of this video, you'll see myself and my black belt doing the proper way to do this. However, these guys are just learning it. They don't have the experience that myself and Sensei Al has, but the effect, you can see the big difference. Okay, now we have Vern and Troy, and they'll be doing the same technique, gooseneck head throw. Different energies. We like to show different people doing the technique. So when you see it done over and over again, generally, it's with different participants. Here's the block, wrist lock, turn around, head throw. Next up, this is myself and Sensei Al Pinto, my old student. We're doing a gooseneck head throw the proper way as you watch. Watch the flip, the head throw. Once the other students learn how to do a fall that way, that's how they'll be doing it also. Up next, we have what we call the up and down. From a frontal choke or a double collar grab, one arm goes down, the other's up, turn and throw. Once the opponent's on the ground, you can do several different things. Stomp, punch, finger to the lobe behind the ear. But we chose not to do it at this point. Here we have, this is going to be a fingertip control technique. Watch the fall. Al is a pretty elderly guy, not unlike myself, but he's been my student for the past, almost 10 years now. 5th degree black belt in our system of jiu-jitsu. Sensei Al Pinto. Here we have I believe this is going to be arm trap, head back, strike the chest. Normally that's done with a punch, but I decided to do a slap to the chest instead of the punch. We're discussing our next move. I think this is going to be a wrist lock throw, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Again, the throw, beautifully done. Al's a guy that used to have trouble doing yukimis or break falls, but as you can see, eventually learned how to do them very well. In fact, I think he does them better than I do. But I never tell him that. They'll be doing a leg, foot, head flip, as you just seen. On the ground, there's a wrist break. Here's myself and James. We're going to be doing a pull throw. It's an outside block, grabbing the arm, going down on one knee, pulling the person, taking advantage of his momentum following the punch. Incidentally, the grab at the tricep area is also a submission, depending on how tight one squeezes. We have Grandmaster Cordone and James. They're going to be doing a very dangerous technique. This is a neck extension. You notice how slowly Grandmaster's going, because this technique here is very dangerous. Hyperextending the neck can cause permanent injury if done in an improper fashion. So he's taking his time. He's down and tapping. Very good. Okay, up next we have myself and Troy. We're going to be doing a distraction with an eye gouge, double leg sweep, groin stomp. With this technique, the person will not get up, guaranteed. Here we have Troy and James. They're doing a roundhouse kick to the midsection, arm break, strike to the throat, turn around, back kick. Devastating technique. There's Troy doing the same technique from the reverse position. Head back, throat strike, back kick. That will render your opponent totally helpless. Once again, from the opposite side, we have Troy and James. There's the takedown, arm break, strike to the throat, and kick. Nicely done. Okay, here we have Troy and James again. Kumiuchi, collar and elbow tie up. This is going to be a Uchimata, inner leg throw with a rollout. Uchimata is an inner leg sweep. And there's the rollout on top. Here we have Vern and Amanda doing the same technique, Uchimata, inner leg sweep with a rollout on top. There's the tie up, there's the sweep, there's the rollout. Here we have father and son, Charles and Vern, doing the same technique, Uchimata, modified Uchimata. This shows that even a youngster can do the techniques that we are teaching and do them very effectively. If he can do this against an adult, you can imagine if someone his own size would be very effective too. Okay? These guys are basically learning the Uchimata. As you can see, it looks like they don't know what they're doing, but they're learning. However, Vern, the yellow belt, has been doing it a lot longer than the black belt, Mr. Case. So obviously, when you have two belts, one of which is a higher belt, there can be a little controversy involved, but these guys are pretty good students, and they work their differences out. Vern is especially well versed in this Uchimata. He does the technique very well. They also have a lot of fun doing these techniques, in the learning phase of it. Once it's learned, then the participants are fairly well versed in the particular technique. It becomes very easy. Just watch Vern work. He pulls the person off balance. However, the black belt refuses to go down, which should not be happening. But as I said, this is a learning experience for him, so we'll watch and see what goes on. See, he's fighting the technique, which should not be done when you're first learning a technique. Here we have some new techniques being learned. This is a head wrap. Arm over the back of the neck, grabbing the tricep area while extending the arm out. Very painful technique. It's a Filipino technique, basically. With the ear slap, arm around the back of the head, extending across the back of the neck, underneath the outstretched arm, into a very painful position. We'll go through this several times. Again, Amanda is just learning this technique. However, the black belt, Mr. Pelton, is quite familiar with it, so he's being an excellent uke, or the person that takes the technique. Here myself and Mr. Pelton are going through the same basic technique. I'm trying to explain to them the ramifications of the arm trap and how painful it can be when done incorrectly. It's painful enough when it's done correctly, but incorrectly, it could easily break an arm. Here we go from the opposite side so everyone can see the arm trap. And underneath the neck, pulling the head back, punching the chest. Now you can either punch the chest, strike the throat, like I just did, or strike the chest with an open palm. Normally, we teach the women to use the open palm or the throat strike. This gets to be kind of comical. Mr. Pelton is having a little trouble doing the arm trap correctly. As you watch and see, you'll understand what I mean. Here's the punch coming. He keeps trapping the arm with the wrong hand. He should be on the outside with the left arm trapping. But eventually he gets it. There we go. Each person has their own way of doing a technique, but when I teach a technique, I want it done my way. Then after that, they can evolve it into any other situation that they desired, as long as they learned it the right way first. Now coming up, when he does the arm trap correctly, you can see by my reaction how painful it was. Here we go. That is painful, as you can see from my reaction. Once again, the punch, the arm trap, the head back, the chest punch, or the chest strike in the midsection. Nicely done. That's what it would look like with a punch. Of course, Mr. Pelton's a terrific actor. Here we go again with Amanda. Oh no, but first, it's myself and Pelton. I'm trying to think of the next technique, but I've forgotten it. So while I'm off to the side, Amanda will come up and they will continue with some techniques. Again, Amanda's a karate practitioner also, but she's taking the time out to learn some jiu-jitsu techniques. She just got promoted to brown belt in karate. And she's also a kickboxer, and as you can see, a very skillful martial artist. Arm trap, head back, midsection strike, or throat strike, or chest strike for that matter. The key to the technique is the arm trap. Once the arm is trapped and the head is pulled back, the person's in a backward position, totally helpless, ready for the next strike, either to the chest or the throat. I'm stepping in now to show Pelton another alternative, the wedge hand strike to the throat. It's kind of an advanced technique, and I think it would be better off for them to do it the other way, but we'll try it for a few times and see how it works. It's difficult to do the wedge hand strike underneath the outstretched arm of Pelton. It should be over the outstretched arm rather than under. But they'll work that out. The main thing is learning the basics of the technique, which she does quite well. Here we go again. Arm trap, head back, strike. We do these techniques over and over again. It might seem boring or whatever to the average person watching these techniques, but that's how we learn. We do techniques over and over and over until it becomes ingrained in our head, and we do them automatically. Here I'm explaining the possibility of a broken arm to Amanda. You see Pelton tapping, that means there's a lot of pain involved with that just one movement. And Amanda gets it. So we continue with the technique. Here's the arm trap. And depending on the body placement or the steps, there we go, you can add more power to the technique with the correct body placement, meaning the correct steps. As you can see here, when I take a step in, it adds more power to the technique. Arm trap, head back, strike the chest or throat. What we like to generally do is add movements to the particular technique that we're learning, and eventually we try sweeping at the same time we're punching the chest or striking the throat. This time we tried it from the opposite side, because you have to learn the technique from both sides, left side and right side. But we only have enough time to show the techniques mainly from the right side because most people are right-handed. But in the dojo, we learn techniques from both sides. Unfortunately, time doesn't permit us to show it on video. There's the strength of the step forward with the arm trap. Again, arm trap. Notice the leg placements. Body in a backward position, striking the throat or the chest. Coming up, we'll show a technique where you sweep the leg at the same time. Sweep the leg forward and push the body backwards. That's what we're going through now, trying to show Amanda how to sweep the leg forward as you push the body backwards. The opponent's off balance, and with the strike to the chest or throat, he's going backwards if you sweep the leg forward. Arm trap, head back, strike, sweep. Yeah, not that way. That way. It's a learning process like anything else, especially in martial arts and particularly with jiu-jitsu techniques. It takes constant practice over and over and over. Once again, arm trap, head back, and sweep. I'm trying to get them to sweep the leg forward in the direction the toes are pointing, at the same time striking the chest or throat. That's what we're trying to work out here. It's really not necessary. We just thought we'd think about adding something to the technique. Because the arm trap and the throat or chest strike would be enough to incapacitate the average person. But to do some added work, we thought about sweeping at the same time. And we'll see how it works out in the future. There we go. That's the technique. As I said, it's not really necessary, but we like to add things to our techniques and refine them eventually and use them. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll be watching out for our next episode, episode 10 of Fight Back. Until then, this is Grandmaster Dennis Bivens saying good night and train hard.